Alex Murdaugh back in a South Carolina court today for the first time since his double murder conviction was overturned. Murdaugh, a former prominent attorney seen here earlier today, is set to be tried again for the murders of his wife Maggie and his son Paul. Now, in a surprise twist to this case, the state Supreme Court tossed the conviction last month, citing shocking jury interference. Today, Murdaugh's legal team and prosecutors discussed the next steps with the judge, including when Murdaugh will face a jury again. NBC News national correspondent Aaron Gilchrist is outside the courthouse in Lexington, South Carolina, for us today. So, Aaron, both sides in this case made multiple requests, including a change of venue and a trial date for this high-profile case. What did the judge ultimately decide?
Well, this conference today, Vicky, lasted about an hour, a little over an hour. We didn't expect there to be a lot of decisions made, a lot of, sort of significant substance that the public might perceive, and yet we did get a lot of activity in this hearing today. We did learn the judge is setting April 5th of next year as the date for Alex Murdaugh's new trial. Potentially that could shift a little bit, but April 5th is the date that she's targeting here. When it comes to some of the other things that were discussed here, a change of venue, for example, the judge didn't make a decision on that point, but she seemed to indicate that she was totally open to the idea of moving that second trial out of the 14th Judicial District, that's how they refer to these areas here in South Carolina, into another area. The defense saying that they wanted to make sure their client could get as fair a trial as possible, and there's been so much attention to the first trial that they were concerned that they'd have trouble seating a jury in that same area for a second trial, Vicky.
Aaron, Murdaugh's attorneys also say that they want to introduce new witnesses, new evidence. Have you gotten any more details on that?
Yeah, the defense team said that they had 8 new witnesses, expert witnesses, that they wanted to be able to introduce in a new trial, people who were not a part of the first trial. They also talked about wanting to have some DNA that was found under Maggie Murdaugh's fingernail, having that retested because they say there's new technology available. And that sort of opened the door to the idea that potentially there could have been someone else involved here. The defense has said, obviously, that Alex Murdaugh did not commit those murders. I want you to hear a little bit of a response from the defense team when the prosecution said that the defense was trying to open the door to possibilities that the prosecution doesn't believe exists.
We don't think it's a red herring. We think it's very important. Now, it may turn out to be, innocuous. We don't know, but it's worth looking into.
And Vicky, Alex Murdaugh walked into the courtroom today wearing that prison jumpsuit, wearing shackles, looking very much like he did 2 years ago, the last time he was in a courtroom, listening very attentively to what was going on today. He'll be back in court for another pretrial hearing in August. Vicky?
All right, Aaron Gilchrist live in Lexington. Aaron, thank you.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.